Hello, I'm Evan Brand, functional medicine practitioner and nutritional therapy practitioner. Today I'm going to talk with you about top 5 reasons you may have gut issues. These are things to investigate with your natural medicine, functional medicine provider. You could try to get your conventional medical doctor to look in these places, but it's unlikely that they're going to either want to go there or number 2, have the testing, or number 3, have the natural protocol, natural solution to the issue that you're looking for. So let's dive in first to bacterial issues. You've probably heard the term SIBO, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. You may have heard the term dysbiosis or microbiome imbalance. This is becoming more popular and trendy to talk about, thank God, because there's a lot of issues that I see clinically on lab testing. Probably 90% of people with gut issues have a bacterial component to that, and that could include things like H. pylori, which about 51% of the world population has. You could see things like Clostridia. You could also see things like Prevotella. Now there's many other bacteria that can cause issues like autoimmune problems such as Hashimoto's, Sjogren's, rheumatoid arthritis, and many others. So we measure a whole category of autoimmune triggering bacteria on an at-home stool test. Number 2, parasites. I had these. Most people that like to be out in the water like me, lakes, rivers, creeks, streams, you're going to get exposed to Giardia, Cryptosporidium, Blastocystis hominis. These are common waterborne parasites. We can measure these in the stool. They're tiny, so you're not going to see them in the toilet, just to be clear. These are not foot-long worms that we're seeing. I do have pictures of those in my office email from clients, but those are different infections. But parasites are typically something tiny enough to create a massive amount of problems, but you can't see them. This is going to create gut inflammation, intestinal permeability, diarrhea, weight loss, skin issues. So if you just have gut cramping or gut symptoms, you probably have other things too. Anemia, fatigue, depression, anxiety. Remember, all these symptoms, the whole constellation of them, they're likely linked. Number 3, low hydrochloric acid and enzymes. Great book called Why Stomach Acid is Good for You. Dr. Jonathan Wright did a Heidelberg probe. He proved that after age 20, over time, your stomach acid levels on average generally decline, just like other hormones we see. And stomach acid is very important to break down your grass-fed steak. Hopefully you're eating some good pasture-raised meats. Maybe you're eating organ meats. That's amazing. Good job. But it's dependent upon adequate hydrochloric acid to really break down and assimilate all those nutrients and amino acids from those meats. So if you combine age, let's say you're age 40 or above, or even 30, and you have less stomach acid than when you were a teenager, you have less enzymes from the pancreas and other places that are producing enzymes in the body, you stack that with a parasite, with H. pylori, which also reduces stomach acid, now you have food fermenting, putrefying in the gut, therefore feeding more bacteria. You see how this spirals out of control? Number 4, mold toxicity. We know that mold directly impacts the gut barrier, creating intestinal permeability. We also know that mycotoxins promote the overgrowth. So remember, mold is going to equal a SIBO plus candida situation, meaning you may be targeting candida, you may be targeting bacteria, but if you're not going upstream and fixing the mold toxicity from living or working in a water damaged building, either currently or in the past, well, these gut issues are not going to go away until you fix the mold. Number 5, tick-borne illness. This is huge, definitely underdiagnosed. Things like Lyme, Bartonella, Babesia. These are different infections that can come from ticks, sexual transmission, spiders, mosquitoes, lice, fleas. There's other vectors, hence the term vector-borne illness. It doesn't have to be a tick. Many people easily dismiss that during consults with me. They say, look, I've never had a tick bite. Like, well, could have been sexual transmission. Also, what about mosquitoes? Most people have been bitten by a mosquito. They are a master at transferring and transmitting different bacterial pathogens to you. These can affect your gut. So just to be clear, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is not the full list, but this at least encompasses 80+% of the cases I've seen. I've fixed over 2,000 people's gut issues. I've also created a functional medicine training course where you can learn, with my help, how to run your own testing at home. Send that back to the lab, get your results, learn to read and interpret your lab results, and then make a natural protocol that will include diet, and supplement changes you need to make to fix these issues on your own. We've had over 1,000 students in there. I'll put the link down below if you want to see a free masterclass on that. This is Evan Brand. I'll see you in the next one.